but he knows what he's doing.
Because I believe that now after Mbalim's names being mentioned, she will not be moving around. Never.
No, she's going to push the rest of the day with that bank statement reading line by line, because he has no plan, like you're saying. Muzi shattered his plans. And to show that, I feel like Orata is the one who gives Baloy questions at night. Because Baloy, even something that has been objected to, he keeps on doing it. Why? Because he doesn't have any further things to do.
If he had just surrendered and this document just sleeping like the way he did before, nothing. Because now the more he digs, the more he falls in.
Yeah, matata mangatamol.
Hey.
The problem, we are in for a high jump with him. But I don't think he's going to. And Mbali was it. Yes. And it's easy because even on Tanzi, they brought in bank statements.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that one, the issue of bank statement, it has been rebutted already.
Hey.
Because
ladies, we are not that
bad. But the cell phones, it can't be, because Q3 says, I had my phone with me. And this is it. This one's button, no, I didn't. So you understand it. That's what the difference is.
And fresh kid, the moment Muzi says, maybe the prosecutor could have started by asking me, who was with the card? Maybe if we can start there. I was like, yo, Muzi, you didn't say that. You didn't say that. I was like, but the guy knows something.
Because he was ready for that. He was ready. I could hear him. He was like, okay. And Baloy was trying to rebut the issue that the guy has been in case and dead. So it means, and here's the thing. Baloy says this guy didn't disclose his alibi, but in the same line, they went and brought in the bank statement, which he says to rebut the allegation that he has been there for quite some time. And what were the bank statements doing? Because they don't even show 26 October. They show something different. Tell me, what does it show?
Even the transaction was the best that they could have done. That's why sometimes fresh kid would normally say, there was no investigation done in this case. That's what they could have done. They could have gone and get the videos from the ATMs. They could have gone and get the videos to have proof that, it was Muzi who was really using this card. But they don't.
They must go there. They must go there now.
Are they going to find them now?
They will not.
They will not. Yeah.
Issues are many. We know now. Issues are many.
And now they can't say Muzi is lying. Because, okay, Muzi is lying. Where now? What is your evidence that I'm lying? Give me proof. Show me.
It's the bank statement.
Hey. And fresh kid, it seems like Balo, you wanted more names. Did you see how he was asking you were with who? Komakai.
Yeah, he wanted
you were with who?
He wanted to disclose the witnesses.
Hey.
But it looks like he was not buying it.
Being smart somehow it helps. Being smart is that you're always going to school. It's showing here, Muzi. He doesn't have a degree, but with grade 12, but the guy is smart.
No, but I think what he did for me is fine.
Hi.
Say, like honestly, what he said is what a reasonable human being would do. That I can't really say with specificity where I was.
And the Moses like Senzo is not like he was that important to me whereby I can remember.
Yeah, that's too truthful. Whether it has the family or what. That's really truthful. You are fighting for your life, Hannah. First kid. Remember, Gomezo would say, the state doesn't have a case.
Yes.
They run after the vengeance that is put there by Ramsey on defense. Now, had Muzi said anything about Mbalimoyo, believe me,
they were going to bring her for her to come.
They were going to bring her.
And intimidate her, that they would kill her.
That is a bomb, man. I'm happy with that's a bomb. That is system. But now, if he is asking for those affidavits to come for those people who provided the state with the spreadsheet, I won't say the statement. I'm going to say the spreadsheet. Then those people must come. They reopen the case and come and bring those people.
Yeah,
it's good. No, let Moyo be there. It's fine. Moyo's name has been mentioned. It's fine. There's no chance now to go and probe whatever, or maybe talk to Moyo. It will be illegal of them to do that.
They can't talk to my girlfriend and
which bank is gonna send someone to give evidence on a spreadsheet? Which bank is gonna risk that?
The thing is, you know what? Ramasipili did say that I have a friend who's going through and Rata was okay, fine. Then that person. So now this is indicative that the state has been manufacturing. And I'm gonna repeat my statement again, guys. I'm trying to reverse here now.
Reverse. Hey, Rafi.
Why can't you just reverse? Now we must listen to you reversing.
Imagine.
I'm
Reverse, then you put it back in gear one, slowly. Ha.
She was about saying earlier that, guys, please let the defense play as dirty as they can.
Yeah,
See, now Moyo is coming to the rescue now. Balo choked to that evidence that Moyo stayed with the card because of the kid. So meaning it shows that Muse is a responsible father. Wow.
Very. The one who can give you cards. Yeah.
You know, Johnny, this just shows that cheating is not always bad.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It can save you years in jail.
Coming from you, you remember what Dix has been saying about these things? Now they're in court and helping Musi.
So you must not always bash your husband when he cheats, guys. It might save you from going to jail.
Chivas.
Yes,
and Muzi has also confirmed that no, you can give us your card. We'll take care of it.
Kusiphiwe mthumkhulu esistrato seni. Where?
That one needs discussion at the men's conference first. That one will talk to
Muzi has given an example.
That one is conditional.
Yes, he was married, Matsidi.
only when we're not working. When we're not working.
No, you are right, Sidi. I don't know. Don't know when he got married.
It's 24.
He was still hustling.
He was not working. Yes. When we're not working, we
was only waiting for UIF.
Yeah, so we can give it to you, it's fine. But when we work, we can't back to take the
But
cards.
what if
That's
Mbali
fine.
Morio is the wife?
But she was.
Bashad.
Johnny, 2 minutes.
Sorry, Anna. Okay.
Kumalo just said that all subs vehicles have AVM. Yano Gininda Yene Ari doesn't have.
Have what?
Because of COVID. What?
Have what?
They have Kumalo has just said there that all subs vehicles have what?
Vocals?
Yes.
Vocals?
I get it now. I had something else, but it's fine.
Oh, wait, now. Every L.
Now I see a lot of people are saying it in the comments, and so.
The thing she was about saying, Madlanga, other committee the evidence the defense needs. Now, if Kumar is going to say that all vehicles, the state vehicles or police vehicles have AVLs, it's going down. It is going down. High.
So who's going to help us pass the message to Muzi? What should tell Baloy tomorrow?
You know what's going to be Baloy's downfall of this case? He thought the defense has given everything, so he thought he closed all the loopholes. Now this is the defense case. There's a lot that is going to come up which he hasn't closed a loophole on, and it's going to be his downfall because he can't reopen the case now. There's nothing he's going to do. Now he's going to search for Mbali to see who's this Mbali. Is he really the girlfriend or baby mom or what? They are going to have a problem. They are going to have a problem.
And after getting the whatever information that he would be looking for, but then what is he going to do with the information? Then because if he put it like there's nothing he can do.
It's too late for
already. It's too late.
They used to know information in India will leave court and chase after Mbanzani.
At this point,
it was in the morning. I remember. I think it was on Thursday, if not Wednesday morning. Mugomezulu was like, "My lord, I'm not arguing the case, but I can tell you now that the state doesn't have a case. They ran after every version that Mr. Ramsey was putting on the accused. Now then."
Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything is fine wherever you are. I hope you guys are good. I'm done with my nails. I'm sure now guys was doing my nails. So if you are around the Western Cape, in Cape Town, Kaelicha, please do come and do the nails here. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yes. So, Haibo, I see this question, Matiti, that you are asking. Was he married back then, though? I'm not sure. I think he was still very young. I don't think he was. Maybe that's the first child. Chances are, and also Umbali Moyo, Abo Moyo, normally, I'm not saying that's the case. They come from Zimbabwe. Sometimes, yeah. I don't know if we do have Moyo in KZN. I'm not saying that is the case. But for me, when it comes to this entire situation, a bank statement, I think it's gonna come back to bite Baloy in the ass because if Mnisi can pick up these things don't look legit. That's not what he said, but that's what we are interpreting to be. Like they don't look legit. So that could mean so many things. That could mean we need someone from the bank. But now who's going to bring someone from the bank? It's the defense. It's the defense. And that person, they can't bring via Baloy. They can't bring that person via Baloy because now we need someone from the bank who's going to come. In fact, they need to get someone who's going to be from the side of inquirers who's going to come and say, this is what's happening with this bank statement. They are not asking to print statements. They are asking, it's in the system now. They are asking to check what happened when it comes to those. 24, you go straight 2014. This is what happened. They are not printing now. They are checking. In live, what? That's what they are going to need to look at. So if those things come and they don't match with what Baloy is trying to do there, someone needs to get arrested for fraud. Be it is the bank person that they worked with and also the person that brought the statements. Baloy can always argue and say, I got these things from the police that were investigating. Case closed on his side. But whoever had those things, brought them there, then it means they are in trouble. The other thing that I also noticed was that Uchat Rata is quick. In fact, he is quick to accept, let's go for an adjournment. I heard him when this statement situation was starting. He also said, let's go ahead for an adjournment. Didn't I hear him say so? Or is it just me? I think I heard him saying, let's go for an adjournment. Somewhere there, and I was like, hey, Uchat Rata, what does he mean, let's go for an adjournment? When we are actually getting hot and hot and hot and hot. Yeah, bo? So, yeah. But time will tell, guys. Time will tell. The other thing is that the other thing that I noticed when it comes to the entire situation is that Ubaloyi was trying to trap Umuzi, forcing him to accept things because it's kind of obvious. He right, Umuzi, I show you. You should have asked me, was I the one using the card? Now you did not ask me. You assumed it was me. Do you understand? So there's a lot of up and down that is about. That's why I said earlier on our morning live that, guys, I think the more they keep Muzi in that witness box, the more they expose themselves. Yesterday, the expose was about the address issue. It backfired very fast because Muzi is asking it in address. No one has it. Okay, it in address yasekaya. Why then kunabo Mpumalanga, kunabo Sbanbani, yet le yasekaya ayikho, but they said they went to check the address. Itini. Now we are here. This statement thing is also going to expose them, but I bet you Balo is not gonna let it go. He's gonna read it one by one and not let go while he is getting exposed. Kumalo said you can retrieve AVL. Watch Madlanga Sisnun. We knew that it's not impossible. We knew that it's not impossible. Ithiwa into nje xolela inzima into ephakla court ka Judge Ratha. Inzima. I'm telling you, inzima sana lam. Yabo, inzima into ekla court ka Judge Ratha. Okay, let's guys, we're gonna be on the road, ne? So you're gonna just have to move with me when I'm on that Uber. Hi, Xolela, unjani puti?
Philile sesiman. Siphilile. Cha andiyazi le nsumansumane esikuyo. Ithiwani
Yeah,
yeah,
lamawele.
Akekho umba ibi-boxing ring le mhlawumbi bekufana uba kube khona umuntu ophosta le phaa athi woyisakele lo mfo fight elandelayo
Lamawele mntase.
hayi luzengezenge
Lilo eli. Ndicela ningani-mind le niqhubeke ndizawuba sendleleni ndizawumyutha for uba ndinganingxoleli ndizawungena ku-Uber quick and then while I'm entering ndizawumyutha ne
hayi papa
hayi suhamba
no ndiphangele
no hlala xolela ufuna ngisale ndiyi-one up
hayi xolela suhamba ndizawungena u-Uber and then kanti ku-Uber ndizokwazi uthetha nonefet ndiyakucela I know usemsebenzini enkosi kakhulu
kunjani mfowethu xolela
kuhle bhuti kunjani
no right man you know what there are certain things maybe that I need clarity on. I don't know, maybe now ungaba nama questions on that one. There are certain items that I just jotted down here, right? Yesterday there was this issue of, I remember you were listening to the proceedings yesterday.
Yeah, I was following this.
They talked about the rights not being read, right? And they actually do not believe that Usbia is telling the truth about the rights being read. Am I right? Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Tefo was arrested in the court?
Yeah.
Do you remember vividly what happened?
Him yes, I remember. They even refused to give him the arrest warrant. The guy Evelyn Sala Kaba, former for Nindizokbamba. They didn't even read him his rights.
I remember even one of the journalists asked, have you read him his rights? I think it was Cresceda, I think if I'm not mistaken, who repeatedly asked that question, have you read him his rights? And that guy was just waving to say, no, he's just here to arrest. So can you imagine now? Can you imagine this one? This was done in a public court. The world is watching, and the rights were not read to this guy. To a lawyer for Nohal, the rights were not read to an advocate inside a public court, which was watched internationally. Now, can you imagine now what would have happened with Sibia, Humus?
But Yabona, we have all these right questions. Yabona, actually right, but the biggest problem and the one person that should be asking all of these questions is that man that is presiding over that case. But I don't know. He seems like a very smart guy to ignore all of these things, but I don't want to say anything because if it was, I think he already made his mind. But
Yeah, I think
we have.
I've said this several times on this podcast, even Noni. You know, if you have a mandate, ne? If you have a mandate, it doesn't matter what people say. You know?
Because the one thing that's frustrating me is the time Gininda was on the talk. Bekbuzwa, and he would take like 60 minutes answering the same question. Jikeleze, and the judge would say, no, leave the witness. Let the witness explain.
You know, when you mentioned that, it reminds me of the same way Mukunu was answering the questions in the ad hoc committee.
Yeah,
you know,
like
he was giving political answers. You know, giving political answers instead of just going straight to the point. Someone is meandering, not coming back to the answer, and that is why sometimes Umnisi was always sarcastic towards him, because that guy would narrate, man. He would narrate even the irrelevant issues on that one.
Yeah, but
right. We have got. Who is this, Robert? Robert, are you there, my brother?
I'm here, brothers. Hello.
Brother Rob.
No, okay. You can join the conversation. We just started the conversation. Unoni has left out for a moment. If you have got any input or anything you also want to say, even if it's not on this topic that we are talking about now.
No, I heard Noni when she said to rejoin the live. I've got 3 issues here, gentlemen, that I want to put across. Number one, Baloyi, this line of questioning is questionable. I'll give you an example. Every time when he's caught, he's flipping pages, and then from there he moved to another aspect. So he's not sticking to that aspect. Like, for instance, when he's asking about Khadebe, and he was Muzi rebutted that, he moved to another topic, and it's like he's up and down. It's like popcorns. You don't understand exactly where he's sitting. Number 2, Rata. Rata is saving Baloyi all the time. He did this twice. Today only. He decided to adjourn at 5 minutes to 11 because Mshololo raised an objection. And he was going to be caught there, and he decided to do what? To say, let's adjourn. Yesterday, when Munisi was raising an objection, requesting additional information, Baloyi said, no, we'll discuss that during long adjournment. And I asked myself, is Baloyi running the show? Because every time when the objection is being raised, we don't get any judgment coming or any ruling coming from the judge. Instead, the judge put it back to Baloyi, and Baloyi will decide. He did the same thing now at 1:45. He said, what do you say, Baloyi? Baloyi said, let's adjourn so that they can go and verify bank statements. You ask yourself, what's happening here? Number 3, earlier on, judge put a citation, and Baloyi was ready to read it. If you saw that, he read it from a book that he mentioned. I didn't get the name. My question always is, gentlemen, why always when Baloyi, I mean not Baloyi, why all the time when judge is mentioning or quoting or give a citation, Baloyi is already available to read it? When did he know about that? Because he's not even paging it. He's ready. He will take a book next to him and open exactly where the judge is saying, and read it to the records. So one will, I think, I'm not going to say allege. These people are colluding.
I think you really hit on the nail, because if you remember, Advocate Mngomezulu Zulu could not really he had to mention it. He had to mention it that the judge was colluding And it's clear for everyone to see that there's some collusion there. And I've got my suspicion that these people, actually, before they come to court, they have their own secret meetings. Because like you are alluding to what you are saying now, it's clear that these people, or he already knows that when Judge Rata says this is the citation that I should come up with. This is the authority that I should quote. Every time it's just like that. It can't be a coincidence that every time it happens. Baloyi already goes to the exact page where he would now cite the whatever authority that he would want to cite. So it's very clear that there's something that is not on. Going into off, into off.
And imagine if the judge can now and then overrule Baloyi, he's going to paralyze him. For the first time today, Baloyi was overruled for the first time, and Baloyi was paralyzed. He didn't know where to go. After the judge said, "I'm not going to allow that question," Baloyi was completely paralyzed. He didn't know what this next question is going to come from. And then he started to do what was supposed to be done by Gininda. Maybe start to investigate, say, where were you? Who was with you? And so forth. And say, oh, this guy is lost. So imagine if the judge can overrule Baloyi on maybe more than 3 times in a day or in an hour. Baloyi will be confused, more confused than how he's confused right now. Now, another thing, how do you bring Excel spreadsheet to court? And the judge is sitting there, he's saying nothing. Excel spreadsheet that can be manipulated, and they're talking about 43 transactions. And the judge is not questioning the authenticity of that document. He just he wanted to allow it to be read into the record until Munisi objected. And then when Munisi objected, but the judge doesn't even give a directive also. He's quiet up until Baloyi took upon himself to adjourn. Because it's Baloyi who adjourned. Where's the judge?
No. I mean, that is where it's clear, my friend, because my understanding, the role of a judge who presides over any court, the proceedings, you should actually ensure that justice is being administered impartially, managing the courtroom, and also ruling on legal questions, and also on the interpretation of the law. He is supposed to be maintaining order in that court and overseeing that the presentations of evidence and issuings of final decisions or sentencing in cases where a jury is not involved. But in this case, like you are saying now, a lot is happening in that court. And I think I asked Unoni this question to say, what is happening to his core judges when they see him conducting himself this way? Where is the Chief Justice when things like this are happening? Where is the Deputy Justice Umlambo, the one who actually appointed him? When things like this are happening, what are they saying?
Just for the record, I sent a letter on Friday to complain. I sent a detailed 2-page letter citing some of the things that happened, recent one especially. So I'm waiting for acknowledgement of receipt, so we'll hear from them. But let me tell you something that I've picked up yesterday with Khadebe's evidence. Before that, let's talk about the confessions. How can somebody put exactly the words that were said by Tumelo and Zandi to say, because according to the confession, alleged confession, he said the 2 guys who were inside, they came back and gave him information to say, we went inside, we requested money and cell phones, and then Senzo was fighting. What kind of feedback do you get from Izingabi if indeed they are the one who eliminated Senzo? They give a feedback like that. Khadebe, if I can move to Khadebe says the person was admitted with no injuries and anything. How do you put that? Because as Moses said, he was not there when he was assaulted. So how can he assume that the person was not assaulted or there are no injuries? Where does that come from? That's why I'm saying it is because they were comparing notes. This is a nice storyline that was, written by somebody, and then from there you share notes. You said this is a character Zungu, this is a character police, Khadebe, Mohola, and so forth. Because if you can check, they're using the same word, like the word subsequent. How can everyone write the word subsequent?
I don't think Muzi would even know what subsequent means.
Exactly.
And yet it's actually mentioned. Once you have touched on the similarity, I'm now looking at the similarity of Mboto's and Khadebe's statements. Did you see the similarities that Advocate Baloy actually highlighted? Exactly. And now he's asking a question. How would Mboto have known? Or how would have Khadebe known? And the simple question, the answer that Muzi gave was, go and ask Gininda and Mboto. Go and ask Gininda and Khadebe. The reason why, like you are saying, there are characters in this fictitious story. There is a main writer. There is an editor. There's a director. There's a producer of this movie that we are watching here. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that all the names that are being mentioned by Mboto. Remember, who made a call to Mboto and who made a call to Khadebe?
Good question. The executive producer, Gininda.
You see now. So would you then expect the person that is receiving that information to change the script without the authority of the main writer? It wouldn't.
Exactly.
So there's a common denominator of all those statements that we hear with the similar characters. Remember also in the court on the 27th of October in 2020. You remember what accused number 5 said? I don't know if you still remember that.
Please remind me.
He says, he says, lo baba lo, uyisigebengu. Wafika ekalabusha efuna abafana bakwaButhelezi. Manje sekafuna thini. So can you see that the names of the Buthelezi, it's everywhere.
Exactly, yeah.
It's everywhere. And now that it could not see, because unfortunately they did not calculate that the same Buthelezi guys that they were looking for, they were incarcerated already in 2014. So they could not pin it on them. Now they had to look elsewhere to say, who are the support casts?
Yes.
Who are the people who can now come in and play the role of the Buthelezi brothers? And unfortunately, the poor guys were linked to this particular case as it comes.
Absolutely, yeah. I see Dennis has joined the live.
Hey, what's up?
Okay.
Thank you.
What's
up, everybody?
No, you can go ahead, my brother. Unoni is not with us. She will join us when she's free to do so.
Okay, no, I think she came back. She added me up here, but maybe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but
she just removed the video. I think she's just on audio. Okay.
Okay.
Right, you can go ahead, my brother.
No, I just wanted to ask a quick question, because I know sometimes I bring some points out and it seems kind of boring, but what do you guys think that the defense should do concerning those AVLs? Because Beloy is he's putting it to everyone that they're unavailable, and he's even going as far as to say that the statement that they're not available is tendered as evidence itself. So what do you think the defense should do about the AVLs?
I think that's a very good question. The question is, what is the judge doing about it? Because it was raised in that court by the defense to say we need the AVL.
Right.
And when one of the, I think it was a SWAT member, or was it the traffic cops who came and actually he testified that there is no vehicle, be it SAPS or traffic cop, which does not have an AVL. He said it in this particular court, that there is no car that is driven by an SAPS, as long as it belongs to the SAPS or the traffic cops, it should have an AVL. But it is brushed aside for a reason. There's a deliberate reason why they are not actually even considering bringing those AVLs in. The AVL, you remember when Ntanzi mentioned in his testimony during the trial within a trial, that he was taken to that engine garage in Alberton when he off-ramped the N3, right? When he mentioned that in his testimony, it was dismissed by Mukhane, one of the investigators, as someone that was lying. But when the AVL guy was brought into that court, the AVL actually detected that the same car was seen to be at that garage for quite a bit. There was a time when it was there. And that is when Mukhane had to change his story. So you see, they don't want to bring these AVLs because they know that should the AVL be brought, then that means the version of the investigators and the witnesses that came to testify here is going to be proven wrong. And that would be perjury.
Exactly, perjury. You see, and it's out of Beloy's hands at this point, because once you get a court order and then you refuse, no matter how you come back to say this or say that, it's like when the court order was given to change this, the corrections place, and the people come with their team to seem like they're formally arguing. There's no arguing. There's no way you can spin the optics of what you've been told in court on record. So the reason why I'm asking this is because the defense should not settle. They shouldn't just move on. They shouldn't fold their hands and just mention it again. Oh yeah, see, the AVLs are going to say this if you had them. It's pointless to do that. So the reason why I'm bringing this up again, because the last time I brought up that legal application, the writ of mandamus, some people in the chat were saying, oh, that's irrelevant and it's nothing to do. No, it is relevant, because it's not Beloy anymore. It's the judge. He's the referee. He's the custodian of the court. So if he's sitting there allowing his order to be refused, it's a simple application you put forward. And I like talking to people who are there, who are, someone said they gave an email to someone and they're awaiting a response. That's the kind of engagement, we need from the people, from the defense. And this application, it compels the judge to do what he's supposed to do. Beloy is supposed to be disciplined, either forced to bring them or a criminal contempt, because
that is a very good point, my brother. But
yeah,
now you've just used a very good example of a referee. And if you are a referee, and let's say I'm a supporter of Sundowns, and I'm the referee in that game, and Sundowns is playing against Orlando Pirates,
right.
What do you think are my decisions going to be? They are going to be biased, isn't it? And this is exactly what we have seen in this particular court, where everything that the state says, the referee is there to defend, right? Every time when the state prosecutor is cornered or is being exposed, you guess what he does? He says they should go for an adjustment,
right?
Just as a way of rescuing him. So we really do not have a judge in that
That's
particular
extreme
point.
Bias. It's so obvious.
It's extreme right.
Bias.
I want us to look at this issue, my brother. I don't know what's your take on this one. It was something that came through in today's conversation, proceedings. Now, he is now questioning Muzi on where he was on that particular date, the whereabouts. He's saying you did not mention where you were on that particular day, right? If I can ask you a simple question, my brother, where were you there? Where were you on the 26th of October, 2014?
Yeah,
would you remember?
There's no way I can tell you that.
There's no way, because that day to you is not significant. But if I ask you, let's say, for example, just as an example, if you are married and you got married on the 25th of December, 2019. If I ask you where were you on the 25th of December, 2019, you will easily remember, because that day was actually significant in your life. You would even remember what happened from the morning, and what suit you were wearing, and how many people were actually in your team.
Exactly.
And you would remember everything.
You'll even remember what money you spent, even if you did.
Robert, Mr. Matala, I was asking this question. Maybe you would also answer this one. Where were you on the 26th of October, 2014?
You know, I know that I was somewhere in Pretoria North, but I can't tell you exactly.
With who? With whom were you?
Yeah, no, that will be
Can you
difficult to
see?
tell. Yeah.
Now,
I just know that I was in Gauteng.
but Moses expected to know where he was and
You know
with
what?
whom he was.
You know what Bali was trying to do there? He failed dismally to pin Muzi. So he was trying to trick Muzi to incriminate himself on that matter. Because remember, he's still struggling to place Muzi at Phosphorus at the crime scene. Now he wanted Muzi to be the one who incriminated himself. That's why after he failed to get a proper answer from Muzi, he jumped straight into bank statements and he fumbled again with that cooked statements from the bank. He was trying his own.
You
He
can't
was
ask
trying to
somebody.
choose.
Sorry. No,
Yeah, continue there.
you can't ask somebody where they was as if they have to prove to you where they was. That's why I like the objection, because the onus is on the state. If you're bringing a case that they was here doing this and that, you need that proof, and you can't ask. Sorry, you can't ask them as if they can tell you, and then they'll be innocent.
But did you listen to the argument that Mr. Baloy was bringing? He was saying Moses did not give this alibi from the beginning. Why is he mentioning that alibi now? And I liked the response that came from the objection from Munisi to say when he came to this court, Umuzi, he pleaded not guilty, and he chose to remain silent. So there was no reason for him to even say at that moment that, no, I was not there, I was in KZN. At that moment, there was, and even the people that were interviewing him, if they were interviewing him in any case, he's saying, I told them that I was not at the First Laura's hostel. And then he says, but that was an opportunity for you to tell us where you were when they were interviewing. He says, no, but if that question is not being asked, why should I answer a question that's not being? Because at the moment as it is, you are leading me with questions and I'm responding to your questions. You cannot then come later and say, but I asked you this question, why didn't you mention it at that point in time?
Right, that's exactly my point. You're not guilty until proven innocent. So it's not a matter of what you said, who asked you. You're the one bringing the case, so you have to prove this without shadow of a doubt. That's simply my point. But yeah, you're correct.
Like for instance,
yeah, because that is the duty. That is the duty of the state in any case. In fact, the defense has got nothing to prove.
Especially when somebody comes to you said you are implicated in the killing of Senzo, and your answer say, no, I was not here, I was in KZN. The question will be, who told you that the incident happened in Gauteng? Because you cannot answer the question by preempting to say, no, I was not part of the killing, I was not here in Gauteng, I was in KZN. So that's why Muzi answered very well and said, I don't know anything about that killing. So if you can then ask me that the killing happened in Gauteng, for Flores to be particular, then I'll tell you that on that day, I was not even near Gauteng. At least they were going forward. But to come to me and accuse me of participating in the killing of someone, then my answer said, no, I was not here. I was in KZN. I don't even know where the incident happened. What if Senzo was killed in KZN and then was brought, the body was brought here in Gauteng? I cannot divulge. I cannot say, no, I was in KZN. The question is, the answer is that I don't know anything about that. I don't even have to go further than that.
Guys, do you remember during the testimony of Mukhola, this was, I think, the sergeant was, I think, and as well as the Brigadier Keninda, when they said that the confessions that Muzi gave were misleading. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So what is the point of the state to be cross-examining on misleading, on a confession that is misleading?
You know why it was misleading? Because remember we said this is a script. So they came with information and then they wanted to coerce Muzi and them to agree to it. So when Muzi was talking about things that are not on their notes, That's why they call it misleading. That's why I was saying to you earlier on, how can a confession be so detailed to say after they committed the murder, we ran out and then we get into a car and then they explained to me what happened inside. They said we demanded phones and cell phones and money, and then the deceased was fighting and then we end up killing him. What kind of confession is that? So detailed. You can see that it's exactly what other guys were saying. Were told him to say in court, and then after that they drafted a confession, and then he was forced to sign it. Because a confession cannot be so detailed. To say we killed and then we ran into a car and then they gave me a feedback all on our way to the hostel. They explained to me exactly what happened in the house. No, there's no such thing.
But why did the judge actually regard those confessions as admissible? Because look at the confession of Ntanzi, is the total opposite of what Muzi is alleged to have confessed to. Two different versions, and the judge is saying he's admitting both of them. I mean, how does that happen?
Because he had that long judgment at the end just to say that they have a case to answer. That's always like the filler of whatever he's trying to say. It's for the stupid people to say, okay, yeah, let's move on. It shouldn't have been admitted because point by point, merit by merit, the defense showed why these things were inadmissible. They were forced, they were coerced, they were under duress even. And he's still, he's just going to come to that same line. They have a case to answer, but they don't get down to the crux of what that is, because the defense is. But anyway, the point is, I think Baloyi is stalling because he's doing anything so that the next witness is possibly not the elder Zungu. That's what I think. It doesn't matter where he's getting. He's flipping through books and pages, and he's dancing and all of this. He's searching for questions, and if you say something that even sounds like you contradicted yourself, he's gonna harp back into that same question. So you know what he's doing? He's asking stupid questions because he knows the media, like Linda, for example. He knows Linda is sitting in that room, so he'll ask a stupid question, but then later on in the news tonight, you're gonna see, oh, the state confronted Musi with contradictory, you know what I mean? It's the stupid people to take it and say, oh, the state is doing something,
Yeah, he's setting up a snare for Musi in what he does. But what the thing that I identified from the word go, when this is Zungu, the constable, remember he said he wrote a statement. There was a statement that he wrote, and Jiggy he has some notes that he wrote. And yet we have got a typed version of a statement, which the court had to go with, along with. It is from that point where I realized that, because I don't even believe that, because I think they were given a weekend of some sort where he would then go and look for those notes. And when he came back, the notes were not there. I don't even believe that trip actually took place.
Yeah, I was surprised the judge had no comment about that.
You know what I picked up, gentlemen?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was saying...
You can go ahead, my brother.
I'm saying what I've picked up is that the judge, even though he's not doing a ruling, every time when there's an objection from defense side, he's not making a rule. He's referring it back to Baloyi, and Baloyi doesn't retract the statement. He's always find a way to put it into record. Like for instance, judges never say, only today where we hear the judge overruling Baloyi, but all along he doesn't overrule. He just leave it to Baloyi to decide on what to do with the information. So Baloyi will take that opportunity to read whatever that is being objected. Still, he's going to read it into record. And I find it very strange. Hence, I'm saying even 15 minutes before 1 o'clock today, he did the same thing. Instead of giving defense proper explanation as to where do you source that information from the bank, he decided to adjourn, and the judge allowed that adjournment. Why? because he realized that he's cornered and he's going to be exposed.
So what he's doing is illegal. You see, there's a reason why people make objections, because those objections are on the record. And any case when those trials go up to a higher court and those defenses are battling in the SCA, they have to say, look, we made the objection here, we didn't, you know what I mean? Because they say that if
Yes.
you didn't, right, it's for legal purposes, it's not for that court. The objection is to call the people to order if you can do something about it. But if they proceed, if you get overruled, at least your client has stamped their objection, you know. And when he says, oh, you can argue that, that's illegal, because you're not making note on the record and you're not giving a ruling, and you're putting everything to an argument which you already have chosen aside. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But
That's why
but
when
he has already given us a hint. This writer has given us a hint already. How many times have we heard him in the court to say if this case goes to for an appeal? And there was even a time where he offered to recuse himself. Do you remember?
yeah.
There was a time where he actually asked to recuse himself. And I even thought at that moment, I don't know what the defense, why didn't they take the offer? Because for me, I would have taken, if I were representing these guys, I would have taken the offer.
No, but remember, Nef, the defense are not watching this thing like us, in terms of, because we are watching it, we are able to rewind and check. So that's why they don't. What is happening in court is live. So sometimes they're not picking up that. If now if they knew, they could have stood up and said, okay, recuse yourself, go. It was going to be at their advantage. But because of everything's happening, and then they are also confined to the rules of the court, the decorum of the court. They are trying to control the emotions. They're trying to be professional. But unfortunately, you cannot. Your efforts of trying to be professional to a judge like Rata,
no, but the judge said he'll do it if you want him to. There's something wrong when Rata says he'll do something. You can't go with that, because he knows what he's doing. If he says he's willing to do it, believe him. So I wouldn't take that bait. We all know what's going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. It's not worth it to satisfy our feelings in the meantime to see him go, you know, to watch the back of him. But then, you know, and then what? We're going to start we'll never continue from where we left off. We'll never. They're going to say the guy has, it's
probably
pointless.
those are some of the things that these guys could have also considered, to say it will be another 3 years again on top of already what they have. Because from it's when the time it started with Mahumela and then de novo with him now. But you know what is said is, I think, I can't remember, was it last week or was it yesterday? I think it was last week, when Umuzi actually pleaded to say, I'm not having a fair trial.
It was
and he put it on record. I'm not having a fair trial. And what did the judge say? He was on mute.
Right.
He was on mute. And as a judge, he was supposed to at least say something. Reassure the witness that I'm here to protect you. Feel protected. But because it was Advocate Baloyi who was actually asking those questions, the judge says, I don't see anything wrong in your questioning. He was badgering the witness.
You know, on a lighter note, I always ask myself, for the second time, the judge is saying to Munisi, are you asking me? Because he's the presiding officer. Every time when you stand up, you are addressing prosecutors via the judge, and then also the prosecutors addressing defense via judge. So, but when Munisi is raising an objection, the judge say, "Are you asking me?" And I said, "Who's supposed to be presiding over?"
Who is he supposed to ask about?
Advocate Nisi is so smart. I'm glad that whole exchange was on record, that whole thing, because he can go to this higher court and say, look at this high court judge, this unprofessional. He allowed a direct converse between, you know, an accused and the state and whatnot, or whatever that, you know, that is totally improper, but I'm glad he allowed like to highlight it for everyone for later on to see that no judge does this to
I
allow
agree
two
with you.
people. Yeah.
I agree with you. Then the level of maturity and restraint from Nisi is very high as compared to Ramasipil. If you saw Ramasipil today, he was livid, he was angry, and that's how you lose a case because you don't have to allow emotions to overpower you. But Munisi is so clever. He's addressing, he's dealing with Rata like an old man because even when he's not supposed to say thank you, he said thank you in a sarcastic way. Say thank you, my lord. Thank you, my lord. He
Yeah,
knows very
yeah.
well that that interaction is it's recorded and he's going to use it somewhere because even today when they were discussing the issue of alibi, I think it's alibi and verdict and what not
Version, yeah.
version.
Mm.
Oh, the judge said that that is my own understanding and don't answer me. How can you say that? Because we are debating here. How can you say to me? How can you pose a question like he used to do? He'll pose a question at 25 past 3, and then when you're about to answer, he adjourn. So he just put
Yeah.
it for records for himself. He doesn't allow someone to rebut his assertion. So I like how Muniz is so matured. Even though sometimes he feel like I can take this judge head on, but he remember that no. I've got a career here to protect. This is not only the case that
Yeah,
I'm going to be
yeah. I
dealing
think
with. Yeah.
Munisi, and as well as with the other guy, the Black Mamba.
Numalo.
Yeah, Ngumalo. They've got emotional intelligence. Those guys.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to Mushololo as well as Ramsibidi, they are too emotional.
No,
Especially
but
Because I remember,
she's got to do something though. The judge is after her. I mean,
Yes.
like
yeah,
now he's just ruthless. Now he's not even. He's asking her questions and then jumps right in the middle and says, "Let's go." You know,
Exactly.
yeah,
Left
yeah,
he's
hand.
getting. Yeah, he's going too far.
yeah.
Because if you can check this judge got too many characteristics. He's more like a narcissist, patriarchal. He's got a problem with women. Even with this new interpreter, she struggled with the first session because the judge was hard on her. And I said, "What is this?" So this guy, he doesn't respect women. I've picked up
Right.
that also.
No,
Musholo needs some
he-
intellectual, capacity to help to manage because Muniz is managing this judge very well.
yeah.
This is the guy who
No, yeah, I
says,
think it's his background. The 55 years that he's talking about,
right.
most of it was during the apartheid. He was groomed
Yeah,
by the apartheid, where the mentality of racism and also undermining women was still prevalent then. So he's got that
exactly.
mentality. It's not a surprise.
Right. This is the same guy who says he thought his wife was afraid of him this whole time. Like, if
Exactly.
you
You
can
remember
really
that?
think about what he's saying to you, this whole entire time he
Exactly.
thought his wife was afraid of him. So it was fine until now when he realized she's not.
You remember then he said, "My wife asked me to apologize," but his apology was conditional. So you can still see that this guy is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of dumb questions is Beloy asking? Stupid questions. He doesn't even realize what he's saying. He's trying to be tricky and clever with English, right? He's asking Musi, are you saying that you're not conversant in English, but you're reading or some? Doesn't Beloy realize what he's asking him? Conversant means conversation, as in talking, and he's being
Exactly. Yeah.
translated literally in real time. What Musi was signing was something that he was either read to or whatever, and he signed it. That's not being conversant. Conversant is conversation. So you're literally asking, are you not conversant? And Musi's saying, no, I'm not conversant, but then you're trying to contradict him with a signature. It's stupid.
Yes.
He didn't even realize what
Yes.
the word he's
Yeah.
saying, conversant, conversation. Musi is not conversant in English. He's not.
Yeah, and the fact that he says your bank, you in the bank application, you chose the option of English instead of Zulu. I mean, who banks in Zulu and who withdraws in Zulu, if any?
We don't even have that option on forms. No, a few banks maybe they do, but we still sitting with Africans and English right now. So the other thing that I like,
so you can see that what Muzi went through. He even repeated it when he was being badgered to say these are the same. The policemen were asking me the same question over and over again, and now I'm experiencing it now, and it's actually I'm having flashbacks now of what was happening, and now I feel like I'm being abused in this particular court. And now he's being forced to accept that he knows English. Yeah.
You know what guys, I think it's these answers yesterday. He said, if they went to KZN to confirm my address, what is the address? What did they find?
Yeah.
It was a good question. To KZN to verify the address. What is the address? Is it on record now? Can you show me where you wrote the address? Because I'm from the village. Villages, we don't have physical address there. So what did you write upon arriving at my parents' house?
That issue of addresses, he could not
and move on.
He could not continue with that issue of addresses because he was also caught up there. Because remember, they said he gave them a Mpumalanga address. Now, when they gave him, if he gave them an Mpumalanga address, what were they doing in KZN?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. No, guys, I think it's almost time. They are about to come back. I don't know. None is not anywhere to be seen. Maybe we are just going to stop our conversation here, and she. I don't know whether it stops automatically or on her side.
I think it will run up until she stops it that side.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so we can continue with the conversation.
Are they back that side?
No, I'm watching it on TV. They're not back yet.
Okay.
Those ones, when it comes to time, time is another thing for them.
Yeah, this is the only. That's insane to me. This is the only court that I've ever seen, and I watch a lot of court. I watch court in different countries. This is the most. I mean, God, I can't believe all the things that are allowed.
Even the ad hoc committee, the Madlanga Commission, they are spot on when it comes to time. And when we look at this case, which is so important to everyone, these people are taking their time.
Yeah, I mean, even Erasmus. Yeah, go ahead.
What I miss a lot is the decorum. This court, there's no order in this court, so I miss that. If you watch Madlanga Commission and you see how they address each other, how they adjourn, how they come back, how they ask questions. They don't ask condescending questions or trying to insult our intelligence. They ask questions in order to get information and using it for future judgment that they are going to give. But in this court, the judge, he's already thinking what they are going to say. He gets irritated when defense stand up. He gets irritated when he gets a long answer from the witness, and he can't hide it. He's giving us some body posture or body language that is so disturbing. So
yeah, the gestures.
Those gestures are disturbing. I don't want to lie.
Yeah, you have a problem when you have a courtroom with a judge with a personality. When you go to the court or when you watch the court, and all you can kind of feel it is the judge's, his character just spilling out into the court, It's like the defense has to walk on eggshells around the judge, and Beloy is just protected and everything. It's too much. It's so obvious,
I think you must check how Beloy is going to be allowed to object when the defense are re-examining the witness.
Oh, he's going to be on springs.
He's going to be jumping up and down, and the judge is going to allow and is going to rule in his favor all the time, because the nonsense that he put to Muzi, defense are coming back to rectify them, and the judge is not going to like it.
Yeah, but I think as it is, Umunisi will be very alert on that one, because he has already put it also on record to say this same court allowed Gininda to give lengthy answers without even reprimanding or even stopping him. So I think if it does do that, Munisi will be on his case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to bring this up real quick because this is it still blows my mind. When I hear things, I don't just let them just go over my head. I'm sorry, but what do you guys think about that thing that Bushiri mentioned about the red scorpion?
Wow.
Like
bombshells are coming out.
Bombshells.
You know what Mkwanazi did. People should realize that, and we should appreciate what he did, because it also took a lot of bravery for him to do that, because now things are being exposed. Can you imagine someone is, a protection fee of 2 million? He cannot be claiming that it's something that happened to him.
That red scorpion got me thinking about people in this case, man. I'm just gonna put it like that, man. Because dogs are getting sick, people are getting sick, you know. You just toss these things here and there. Let me tell you something, that's diabolical. It just got me thinking, that's why I mentioned it. But yeah, bombshells are coming out. I just hope people are brave enough to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this guy is severe, Lena. Who is severe in check? I mean, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
Where does he come from? Or Noni? Noni?
Getting hot.
Why do you desert us like this?
No, my phone was hot, guys, and then it died on me, and then I'm like, I'm shocked now the live is still on. And then I'm saying, thank goodness I did the live via StreamYard, because it's still carrying on while I'm not there.
Yeah.
No, Utenet actually mentioned it to say, if she doesn't come and stop it, even if we stop ourselves, it is going to still, you'll find it still running, but with no audio whatsoever.
I was so stressed. I felt like I didn't I left, and you guys are busy making a conversation. And I was thinking, I'm gonna say to these guys, oh wow, thank you so much. You ran the live today like nobody's business.
Don't worry, we are still verifying the bank statements. So we are still here.
So much, guys. I really appreciate this. I'm so shocked. I'm like, the live is still live. Okay. Because I'm saying to myself, okay, I need to write a post and say, I'm so sorry, the phone went hot on me. You know how iPhones are, guys. So it was like, we are done. The temperature is too high, and then it switched off.
Only they came back.
Hi, Tebuko.
Hello, Noni, and the colleagues there.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
What's up, John?
What's up, guys?
Congrats.
Yeah, number one. Hey, man, siyabonga man, malis zamazama lemetho sibona urwenzakalani la country lethu there.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Man. Yeah, Noni, keep doing this, man, so that we can share amongst ourselves, we can educate each other. Well done. Yes. Keep opening this live so that we can join together. We can do the same as the guys were doing. This is the best ever. To dwell around with that innovation thing as well, so that we can share, man. We can expose every road of this country, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, man. A little bit. Get on.
Okay, cheers, guys. Let's rejoin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you so much, Nepati. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much to all of you for running the live today. I was really not.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yo, that I was thinking when I was on the road and I'm like, I'm in this Uber and there's too much noise. And then I'm like, okay, actually it's the public jury, so let them do what they do. I don't need to switch it off.
Yeah. Why, Tebza, you look like you are inside Brand Mokoti's car there.
I'm at work.
Are you looking for brown?
Yeah,
Bangangijimizi baqabanga. Bangangijimizi bathe ufunani kabrigade lethu, yeah.
Okay, sharp guys.
All right,
Thank you.
guys. Stop. Thank you, Dan. Thank
See
you,
you
Ned.
later.
Thank you, Dan. I'm sure they are coming back right now. Because they are cool guys to all of you. Thank you guys for the comment section. Appreciate it. Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right. See you later. 4 o'clock.
So. All right.
Sharp.